Heartbreaking new details are emerging about the moment Rob Reiner's daughter, Romy Reiner, discovered the legendary filmmaker's body, not knowing her mother had also been killed. According to a family friend speaking to the New York Times, the tragic discovery began Sunday afternoon when a massage therapist contacted the family after receiving no response at the gate of the Reiners' Brentwood home. Romy Reiner, the couple's youngest child, who lives across the street, rushed over with a roommate to check on her parents and open the gate. Inside the home, the 28-year-old discovered the body of her father, Rob Reiner. Overcome with shock, Romy immediately fled the house. Her roommate called 911, while Romy reached out to her father's longtime friend, actor Billy Crystal, according to the report. It was only after police and paramedics arrived on scene that Romy learned the devastating truth that her mother, Michelle Singer Reiner, had also been murdered. A source close to the family told the outlet that Romy never saw her mother's body and only learned of her death through first responders. Billy Crystal, who had been close friends with Rob Reiner since working together on When Harry Met Sally, reportedly rushed to the home with his wife after receiving the call. Law enforcement sources later revealed that Rob and Michelle Reiner had been dead for several hours before Romy arrived, with rigor mortis already setting in. Court documents suggest the killings occurred in the early hours of the day, long before the horrifying discovery around 3:30 p.m. Romy told police that her older brother, Nick Reiner, had been staying in a guest house on the property. Hours later, Nick Reiner, 32, was arrested and charged with the murders of his parents. Sources close to the family say there were no immediate warning signs that Nick, who has struggled with substance abuse and mental health issues, was capable of such violence. However, witnesses report a volatile confrontation involving Nick and his parents at a Conan O'Brien holiday party the night before the killings. Investigators are now piecing together the final hours leading up to the murders, as the Reiner family and Hollywood reel from the tragedy. For Romy Reiner, the trauma of that afternoon will forever mark the moment she lost both parents, learning the full truth only after help arrived.
Today I'm here to announce that our office will be filing charges against Nick Reiner, who is accused of killing his parents, actor-director Rob Reiner, and photographer-producer Michelle Singer Reiner. These charges will be 2 counts of first-degree murder with the special circumstance of multiple murders. He also faces a special allegation that he personally used a dangerous and deadly weapon, that being a knife. These charges carry a maximum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. No decision at this point has been made with respect to the death penalty. We have requested, and currently Nick Reiner is being held without bail. Once the charges get filed this afternoon, Nick Reiner will be then brought to court. He is going through medical clearance, something that everybody who gets arrested and gets held in a Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department jail goes through. Once he is medically cleared, he will be brought to court to be arraigned on these charges. At that point, he will enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. So special circumstances is a situation where one of the enumerated factors that lead to elevating in some ways a first-degree murder case to a special circumstance first-degree murder case occurs. One of those special circumstances is called multiple murders. Here we have 2. and it qualifies under the definition of multiple murders to allege the special circumstance in this particular case.
On December 14, 2025, LAPD officers from our West Los Angeles division responded to a death investigation at the 200 block of South Chadbourne Avenue, which is in the Brentwood section of Los Angeles. Upon entering the residence, they discovered the bodies of Mr. and Mrs. Reiner. Detectives from our Robbery Homicide Division Homicide Special Section immediately initiated a comprehensive investigation. The evidence gathered led to the arrest of their son, Nick Reiner, who was taken into custody later that night without incident in the Exposition Park section of our city. Today, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office has formally filed charges against Mr. Reiner for the murder of his parents. This case is heartbreaking and deeply personal, not only for the Reiner family and their loved ones, but for our entire city. We extend our deepest condolences to all of those who were affected by this tragedy.
Okay, so in terms of how the Los Angeles Police Department became aware, it was a request from the Los Angeles Fire Department, who responded to the scene first. We responded to their request for assistance at the scene of the incident. Our initial West LA officers that responded determined that a crime had occurred, and they immediately notified our Robbery Homicide Division. They've responded, and they have taken over the investigation since that point. He was arrested in a public area, in the Exposition Park area near the University of Southern California campus. He was approached by the officers, and he was arrested without incident. There were no indications that there was no indication that he was going to resist or anything like that. He didn't flee or anything like that. He was taken into custody without issue, and he was transported to our police headquarters facility.